Good morning, John. It's Monday, March 12th. I have something I need to show you. That's awesome. Frickin' awesome. Thanks go to Layla of bookshelvesofdoom.blogs.com. You can go there and buy amazing shirts from her to support her book habit. I'm not sure if you can get this shirt. I think it might just be exclusive to members of the actual Brotherhood. We're not, like, averse to having honorary members of the Brotherhood. There is sort of Hank and John. We get perks. Look how big my hands are. Today might be a little bit of a dry episode because I have to teach John how to make a podcast. Because I can't obviously do it with his videos, so he has to do it too. And I can't send him a text-based tutorial, which would be, frankly, much easier. So I'm gonna have to do it in video blog form. Yeah, I'm doing a podcast on how to make podcasts. So if you're not interested in making podcasts, this might not be your favorite episode of Brotherhood 2.0. However, I will be throwing in some juicy bits, and you will definitely want to be around for those. So without further ado, podcasting. First step, download Fetch. Fetch is an FTP program for Macintosh. If you don't have a Macintosh, download Smart FTP. You can download them both in all kinds of places, but I usually use download.com because it is extraordinarily easy to remember. Thank you for downloading Fetch 5.1 at download.com. Oh my goodness gracious, that's pretty cool. So we're going to use Fetch to get into our FTP server and then upload something. What something, you ask? Well, of course, our MP4 files, which we are uploading every weekday anyways to YouTube. Now, it's important to note here, for people who aren't my brother, that you can't have a podcast if you don't have web hosting. Brotherhood2.com is hosted at bluehost.com. I also host stuff at AN Hosting and Midphase. All very good web hosting companies that I would suggest. Fetch has finished downloading, and I'm opening it. So we have now installed Fetch, and Fetch wants to know what the host name is. Now you might think it would be ftp.brotherhood2.com, but it's not. The host name is greenwords.org, ftp.greenwords.org. The username is GREENWOR. The password is the lake where the cabin was, followed by the first 4 digits of our old address in Orlando. Go into the public HTML folder, and then go into the Brotherhood 2 folder. So now that you've logged in to the Brotherhood 2 directory, you will find a podcast directory. So basically, just drag it on over. The great news is that you can upload all of your videos just by clicking and then dragging all of them over. And go get lunch or something, because it's going to take several hours. Because we have a lot of videos already. Now, John, once you're done uploading all the files, you have to go to podcastblaster.com. Then go to the podcast syndication tool, sign in using my email address and the password that we've had since we were like babies. I think you know which one I'm talking about. You go in there and then you say create a new podcast. And then you can fill in all the data, including, most importantly, the URL of the place where the file is now. So if you've uploaded it to the podcast directory of Brotherhood2.com, it'll be http://www.brotherhood2.com/podcasts/march8th.mp4 or whatever it is. Then you push publish, and you have published that podcast to our podcast RSS feed. Then we just have to publish that RSS feed for everybody to find. We will have a podcast, and people who can't get YouTube at their work will be able to watch our videos. Woo! I promised you juicy bits. This is a gigantic picture of me as a baby. Oh, baby, I have really curly hair and I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt. Hi, I'm Hank, I'm a giant baby. We're gonna miss you, say. Juicy bits number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can find it myspace.com by clicking on our pictures. Catherine and I did some scanning this weekend. I'll see you and hopefully your podcasts in the podcast directory tomorrow.